Um, you know, the Yinnetharra sort of the new projects obviously is a big and it's a good acquisition, but Mount Ida is the core, right?
Mount Isa's the focus, yeah.
Yeah. So what's been happening there?
Mount Isa has been a lot happening. We've completed all of our infill resource definition drilling. We expect to get the last assays back today. So
Okay.
Done. We have an independent engineering group on the books, which is Optera at the moment. They will be doing the resource estimate. We've had both site visits done that we needed to get out of the way. We expect to have that resource estimate done in very early October and out to the market. It's really I guess it's the most material event that's happened to the company since inception, since last October. What it gives us the capacity to do is actually talk to a resource, of which a fair chunk will be falling into compliant indicated categories. So, it's something that we can then actually run some numbers around, and we'll be doing a mining study in early November. Then once I've got that, I've got a pit design, I've got some underground stope designs, I've got a sort of a layout of the operation. I know where things are going to go. And it's much easier to talk to that because you can also wrap some rubbery financials around it. And people can get a very good idea of what you've got. But at the moment, you're talking to sections and drill intervals and reported grades and widths across things. Although they're excellent, they're the best as the junior space in the ASX that I've seen. The problem is trying to wrap some economics around it. Until you've got those wireframes, those block models, those pit designs and the stope designs, it becomes difficult. But now we're just sort of moving into that next sort of category. And then after that, what immediately will want to happen is to get these offtake negotiations to a point where we're signing somebody up. So that's ongoing. We've got Gower, he is the new executive director to come in, and his background is really offtake and business development, and he was with Mitsui for a long time. So he's got a really good group of connections in the lithium space, and knows where to go and who to talk to, and that was something we identified that we didn't really have in Red Dirt until Gower joined. So having him come on and being able to get us in front of the right people, and being able to get us in front of people who will then be able to do something with your product is also important. So, what we're looking for is a partner to come in, have some skin in the game, so be a shareholder in Red Dirt going forward, and also to be able to take the risk off the table with regards to providing some debt finance going forward as well. And that's what it's all about. It's about, the mantra for us is getting this thing to market ASAP, speed to market. Mount Ida's on 2 granted mining leases in Western Australia. Okay, it's tier 1 jurisdiction. You've got access to ports, rail down to Esperance and across to Geraldton. You've got no heritage issues. There's no native title over the top of our asset. We've got, like I said, it's a disturbed mining area. It's been disturbed since 1900. Our environmental is done. We have no more environmental studies that we need to do to get the thing off the ground. And so, really, the lead time to getting your mining permit is very limited, and we don't see any major roadblocks between now and getting that done. So what we've got to do now is really just make sure we wrap the feasibility around this, so that we take away the sort of economic aspect of it, the risk aspect of it, that sense, and then we push the button on it. So we're 2 years away from 2.5 years away from pulling stuff out of the ground at Ida, and that's what we want to do. We want to capitalise on this buoyant lithium market. Really, we're going to be selling lithium into $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a tonne. The cash flow, the generation is ridiculous from that. It's very, very high.
I think it's safe to say that there's probably only a couple of people, maybe Lion Tony or you guys, that will get to that point first, as opposed to the rest of the crowd.
Yeah, we'd be the first two to get there in the next 2.5 years for sure. Yeah, we've got a lot of advantages in place with Mount Ida. You can't say it enough. That granted mining lease, no heritage issues, no environmental. All our environmental is done. We have to do nothing else between now and getting a mining permit. Being on a granted mining lease in Western Australia is crucial. It just reduces your time, reduces your permitting, reduces your cost. And once you're sitting under an existing mine, I think will be looked upon as actually cleaning up the mess that's been there before, because there's 300,000 tonnes of tailings, gold tailings, unconfined, sitting at surface. So you're actually going to be putting a hole there's going to building a mine there's going to be creating a benefit, if anything else. So yeah, look, we don't see any fatal flaws. We don't see any issues between now and getting this mine built.